What's up, millionaires in the making? Welcome back to another episode of the MITM Podcast, where we unlock success daily by journeying through the 6 pillars. I am your host, Tye Aarons, the founder of the MITM Club. And today, we're talking about how to recalibrate your finances without starting over. With that being said, run my intro.
Caught up in them bright lights, lusting for shiny things that's golden. Everything ain't always what it seems, that it's soaking. Chasing my dreams, coming apart at my seams. Best believe that the money is the motive. All
right. Welcome back to another episode of the MITM Podcast. Recalibration starts with an assessment, not a reset. Most people assume that financial improvement requires a complete restart. New budget, new accounts, new strategies. But in reality, performance research shows that progress improves through adjustment, not constant reinvention. So the first step is this. You got to evaluate your current system, your income flows, your spending patterns, your saving behaviors, your investment allocations. When you do this assessment, it will reveal where small adjustments can produce large improvements. Recalibration just means refining your direction, not abandoning your progress. Now, you want to identify the highest impact adjustment points first. In many financial systems, a few behaviors drive the majority of outcomes. It's like the 80-20 principle, guys. 20% of whatever work you're doing is going to account for 80% of your results. Behavioral economics and productivity research show that small leverage points often create disproportionate results. For example, one lever point could be increasing your savings rate. If your savings rate is at 0% right now and you just increase it to 1%, you're that much closer to having more money in the long run. Reducing recurring expenses. Like, how many subscriptions do you have? Like, are you actually aware of how many subscriptions that you have? Or do you forget and get surprised by the bills every month? Automating your investment contributions. This one is so key. And my mentor, Paul, back when I was like 15 years old, when I first started investing, he made me do this. Okay. Well, I had to do, at the time, it was $25 per month as one of my bills. And if I missed it, I had to not only find the $25 to pay, but I also was charged an NSF fee of $45. That really forced me to save. So automating your investment contributions will definitely help you in the long run. Restructuring high interest debt. High interest debt is robbing future you. Oh, it's only 10, 20%, 30%. Like, especially if you have like the payday loans. Oh my gosh. That debt is one of the worst debts to have. You got to try and restructure that to something else, consolidate into something else as soon as possible. Now, recalibration focuses on these leverages or these leverage points rather than changing everything. Now, simplify before optimizing. When finances feel off track, the instinct is often to add complexity. New apps, new strategies, more detailed budgeting system, blah, 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 blah. Now, you don't need that, okay? The more complex that you make it, it's going to stop you from sticking to it. Recalibration is more effective when systems are simple first. Simple. Keep it simple, stupid. Or keep it stupid, simple. I'm not calling you stupid. I just want to make sure you guys know. I always mix up the way you're supposed to say that little thing. KISS. Keep it stupid, simple. Simple systems are easier to maintain. And consistent systems outperform complicated ones over time. All right. Now, restoring alignment between goals and behavior is so vital. Over time, financial systems drift because daily behavior stops matching long-term goals. Recalibration involves reconnecting actions to priorities. This can be aligning spending with values. Like, I tell you, you show me your bank account, I tell you who you are, I tell you what your values are, I tell you what you care about, what you don't care about. Reinforcing your savings habits. Paying yourself first. The golden rule, pay yourself first. Countless people have said pay yourself first. It's the most important thing that you could do. Adjusting your timelines and targets. If you think on a longer time horizon, it makes it easier to plan and hit targets compared to just thinking short term. But you also have to think short term. You got to do both. So maybe you're thinking long term and you're working day by day, or you're working 12 weeks at a time. This alignment between intention and behavior will improve your persistence and your performance overall. This recalibration restores your alignment. Now, we want to establish a regular review rhythm, okay? I remember Elliot Hulse, super cool dude. He's like one of the OG fitness YouTubers. I joined his course called King Transformation a little while ago. An absolutely spectacular course. I don't think that particular course exists anymore, but it was a spectacular course. And he's like, daily, there's these heartbeat items that have to get done. Lub dub. You get into a rhythm. You get into a vibe. Now, your financial systems rarely fail overnight. They drift gradually because you're not doing your heartbeat actions. Regular review prevents small deviations from becoming large problems. So periodic review will help you do a couple of things, okay? One, it helps you track your progress. Am I doing well? Am I doing terribly? These are things that you're going to want to know. It helps you identify your inefficiencies. Where am I leaking cash right now? Where can I recover my cash flow? How can I do better with my money than I have in the past? It helps you adjust your strategies and circumstances, or at least as your circumstances change. Hey, I thought that this plan was going to work, but just lost my job, got to shift. Or I thought this plan was going to work, just got a raise. Now I can make it work this much better. Recalibration becomes easier when your review is routine. I tell folks, like, when you get paid, you should review your finances. Realistically, money came in, you should review. If you're someone that makes money daily, a little more complicated, you might need someone to help you keep track of things, right? But when you get paid, if you're like most folks getting paid once every 2 weeks, it's not that big of a deal to review your, in my opinion, it's not that big of a deal to review your finances once every 2 weeks, if it's something you care about. That's a shorter review time than reviewing your fitness. Reviewing your fitness goals is every time you go to the gym on a weekly basis. But finances, you can stretch it out a little bit. Now, the core things I want you guys to remember from today's little talk is financial improvement rarely requires a restart. It often requires an adjustment. Reinvention creates disruption, where recalibration preserves your progress. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to reinvent your financial wheel. You may just have to shift it a little bit. And small directional changes made consistently often outperform dramatic resets. If you save 1% a day, congratulations, you 365% percentages across the whole year. Every day, 1% better. Now, with that being said, that pretty much wraps up today's episode of the MITM Podcast. If you guys want to master your cash fast, make sure you join the new and improved Money Mastery Dash. We're actually relaunching everything, so it's a little different than it was in the past, especially now with AI and all these cool new tools that are available to us to make things even simpler. But I want to see you guys at the end of the day. So thank you so much for listening. Share this with someone that you love, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.
Give them that creme de la creme.